visitors. Today we are celebrating the 8th of March, International Women's Day. This is a global day celebrating the cultural, economical, scientific and political achievements of women. The main topic of our discussion is the power of women in 21st century. Very interesting, provocative and hot topic not only for today. We will discuss with 5 women ambassadors from 5 continents, 5 topics, and we will present you 5 points of view, similar or different. Let's see. Her Excellency Lina Omar is Ambassador of the Republic of Iraq to Bulgaria, former Minister Plenipotentiary at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Baghdad, with an experience of more than 20 years in diplomacy and government. She is on a mission to empower women to service better in their duties, as her belief, education is the soul of developing any society. Her Excellency was one of the members of the first delegation of 20 Iraqi women in Washington for the conference, Building New Iraq, Women's Role in Reconstruction. She was recognized as one of the top Iraqi women leaders for democracy, women's rights and religious freedom in Iraq by the Independent Women's Forum in Washington. She is an active advocate to promote the important changing role of women in the new era of peace and democracy in the world. She has lectured and delivered speeches to national and international audiences about the constitutional and security issues women face in the region. She has been quoted as an authority of these topics by the Washington Post, the Washington Times, and participated in TV discussions on the future of Iraq and the Middle East.
So, to conclude our wonderful talk today, my message to the young generation is, especially for women, to trust yourself and to believe in yourself. And if you want something really, really good, go for it. There's nothing impossible. Just put your head and your energy and you will make it.
Let's start with our first topic, the power of women in diplomacy. Your Excellencies, as women ambassadors, could you share with us your profession, your professional duties, challenges, and perspectives? And let's speak a little bit more regarding the cultural diplomacy in 21st century. Cultural diplomacy is the soul of the nation. Please, Your Excellency.
Yes, true. I believe strongly that with the culture, with the color of the culture every nation have, it's what add the flavor and to connect the people together more. So, as you see, we wear our traditional clothes and we have the Moroccan food here. So this is what makes us close to each other, to understand from different aspects about how people live in their countries. So speaking about women in diplomacy, and I must say thank you so much for giving this opportunity for all of us to be together today. It's wonderful to celebrate Women's International Day together. Speaking about women in Iraq, they had always the higher education through the history. Women in Iraq are very recognized for their science talent. We have many women in math and science. We have scientists throughout the history. They've been like part of many experiments throughout the world. Now they are playing a big role in diplomacy representing their countries. And I'm very honored to be one of these wonderful women to represent Iraq and to be the first woman ambassador in Bulgaria. This is for me an honor. So the women in Iraq, they had the difference between what they went through with the other women in the world. Iraq went through many wars through the past 40 years, more than 40 years, and they made it through. They are the women, they are the mothers, and they are the wives, and they are the daughters, and now they are out there in diplomacy also. And this is going to be more challenging for them in the years coming up because of now the competition is higher, yeah. But they are making it so far, so wonderful.
Our second topic is the power of women in politics. According to Women in Politics 2021 map, created by the Interparliamentary Union and United Nations Women, despite increases in the number of women at the highest level of political power, widespread gender inequalities persist. Could Your Excellency share something positive trends from your perspective? Her Excellency Lina Omar says that there is an urgent need for women to gain more political freedom. What does it mean, Your Excellency, in the practice?
Yes, in practice, we need more women in the leadership positions, the decision-making positions. And that's important for, I think, all nations, not only Iraq. I believe personally, if we have women in leadership, we will have, this is my judgment for the nation to be successful. So, because women are in every aspect in life, they are the mothers, they are the sisters, they are the wives, and they could be the leaders too. So when we have lack of leadership, women representations, that means there's something is missing. So that's my personal opinion. So that's why after 2003, when everything changed in Iraq with the liberation, the women, they played a great role in many aspects. They could, they are engineers and they are teachers and they work in the farms and everywhere. But I think we still have challenges to reach out to the leadership positions for many other ways. So I think that's what we should work on, starting with myself. I think it's not, we should always blame the government that we don't have women in the positions. The women also should work on themselves. They should encourage themselves, work on themselves, to be educated more, and to have their value, and to know that women's rights is human rights. It's human rights. It's not only that you want to be, somebody should push you and help you. You should help yourself, and you should push yourself. You should challenge yourself. For me, that was throughout the years I am in the government. I had challenges, and also I was able to go through these challenges with help of myself first, and then everybody else around me, including my family.
Our next topic is women in business, advantages, challenges and opportunities. Your Excellencies, can you summarize this topic regarding the perspectives of your countries?
Yes, that's very true. And we were, when we started, that was the first women conference after 2003. We were about 20 women traveled to Washington, D.C. with a program of leadership. And all of these women came back after this program, become leaders in their areas. I took the foreign ministry, and I had a strong belief that, and I still have the same belief that if you want to help your country and you want to change the legislations to something that help the new generations and the young, and especially for women and girls, you should be in the government. It's one of the areas. So after 20 years of this experience, I really believe that we can do so much when you are within the government. Yes, I know there's challenges. They may not give you the chance, not every time, but I thank so much my government to trust in me, and my foreign minister, wonderful person, that he believed in and supported women from day one he started his position, Minister Fouad Hussein. So after his leadership, many women in the foreign ministry, they took high positions, and they have responsibilities to do what they can help for the women and the new generations and the girls. I believe, that was the leadership part that, it was missing. And in Iraq, I must say, we had the first woman judge was woman in Iraq. The first judge in Iraq was woman. The first woman driving in Middle East was from Iraq. And we still, after 2003, again, we had many women representations in the ministries position, and they succeeded and they did very well. In Parliament, we have 25% representation of women. We still have working on the quality and the qualifications of the people who's appointed, but still, it's a good start, and we have a long way to go.
Our next topic is the power of women in science. According to UNESCO Institute for Statistic Data, less than 30% of the world's researchers are women. UNESCO chief Audrey Azoulay observed that even today, in the 21st century, women and girls are being sidelined in science related fields due to their gender. How can we indeed reduce the gender gap in science? Regarding the perspective from Iraq, Her Excellency Lina Omar says that empowerment is not just technical measures, but also a process of changing the culture of discrimination. Your Excellency, let's continue with this.
This is my favorite topic, to be honest. I think despite what Iraq went through, and the women in Iraq, I think, which is clear to many statistics, that women in Iraq, they are #1 in science in the region. And I don't know why, but we have the genes, I believe. They are always, starting with myself, I'm a scientist also. My background is science, and I taught for many years physics and chemistry. And I think I got from my father, he's a civil engineer. And same with my cousins. I have half of my cousins are engineers, and they're math teachers. We have scientists also. I must say that one of the top architect women in the world is called Zuha Hadid. She's Iraqi, and she has the most beautiful designs around the world, and she's very famous. She passed away, unfortunately, and we have many examples like that. I think that's one of the things that nothing affected on the women in Iraq, to become scientists and to continue this path. So I'm proud of that. And so this is something I'm really happy to talk about.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Actually, I'm the scientist also, and never knew that Iraq is taking leadership in women in science. It's great.
And we have a beautiful theater, which has been designed by Zuha Hadid. Really very beautiful, very modern.
Yeah, same in many countries.
They choose her because she was the best among others.
This is a very brilliant example of globalized culture and globalized dialogue. And our last topic is the power of women in sport. Regarding the International Olympic Committee, fostering gender equality and strengthening women's empowerment in and through sport is also at the core of the mission of IOC. Could you share with us some good examples regarding the involvement of the women in the sports movement? According to Her Excellency Lina Omar, the Iraqi government is now seeking to raise the level of women's sport through scientific planning. It's regarding your topic, Your Excellency, yes.
Yeah, beside all the other areas that are developing in Iraq is the sport. And the government is helping in many ways to support in this area, from school to universities to even the Minister of Sports, that also he was himself one of the champions. Yes, so we are very lucky to have him. And so the main sport in Iraq is the football. And everybody, you see, even in the streets, the kids playing.
Arab world.
Yeah, the Arab world. So I must say, this area is moving slow, but there are a lot of input to this area, and so there's a huge interest from people for that, and especially women. We have new sports that we didn't have before, like horseback riding, swimming, like many other things, that basketball. These are that it was not there the past 20 years. And I see that with my last trip to Iraq was just 2 weeks ago. I was interested to see, like, on my way from airport to my city, I see the horseback like training areas. It's like, wow, that was like for me huge. Especially my city, in the Kurdish area in the north, we are like Sofia, surrounded by mountains. We have the hiking, yes, but the horseback riding was like something new for me to see. Yes, we see it in the south. So I think it's moving, it's slow, but I expect something good in the future. Yes.
Promising.
Promising, yeah.
Thank you, Your Excellencies.
Thank you to you, Dr.
Thank you very much. So, to conclude our wonderful talk today, my message to the young generation is, especially for women, to trust yourself and to believe in yourself. And if you want something really, really good, go for it. There's nothing impossible. Just put your head and your energy and you will make it.
Now the discussion is open on how to make the world a better place. As a women, this is our privilege, possibility and duty. Your Excellencies, on behalf of our visitors, Bulgarian and international, and on behalf of our team of Diplomatic Life magazines, may I extend our gratitude for your support and involvement.